Hey guys, welcome back to another chess trap video. This one's going to be on the fishing pole trap. It's very tricky. Play with the black pieces against a Ruy Lopez opening. It's fun to see your opponent's face after you play this trap on them if they haven't seen it before. And it's very easy to fall into. So we start with e4, e5, knight f3, knight d6, bishop e5, also known as the Ruy Lopez from here. You're going to go into the Berlin defense, which is knight to f6, and then white here will castle. Now, it may look like on the surface that white just blundered this pawn. See, the problem with this one is white didn't actually blunder the pawn after rook to e1, because then the knight is going to have to move, and then you will capture this pawn. And this is just much better for white here, because after it takes and takes, white has more pieces involved, and the engine likes white in this scenario. And if black decides that they don't want to play knight takes here, they'll move their knight, because if they don't move their knight, then they play a random move. You play knight takes check, and you're going to win the queen here, since you're attacking the queen, and queen can't block because the knight also attacks that square. So the knight in this spot will have to move, and then in which you have a discovered check here, where you're going to pick up this rook here. So that's the point about castles, and it's why black can't grab the free pawn. So here, black is going to play knight to g4. It's a strange looking move here. It's one of the things you got to look for. If your opponent plays a weird move early in the opening, then they might be trying to trick you. So you got to be wary for this stuff. And white might play h3 here. It's a very calm looking move. Gets the knight out, gives you an escape square for your king if there's any back rank scenarios. It's very common. Most players, around 1,000 to 1,300 or lower, will just try to kick the knight out. But then you will play the sneaky move h5. Now here, it looks like white can just take your knight for free with his pawn. It's not the case, because if white does take the knight, then they have lost the game. Because then you will play pawn takes, and this knight here has no squares besides e1, so they could go to any square here, but they have no squares. They also have h2, but we'll get to h2. If they go to e1, then you just play queen h4, and there's no defense here against queen h1 checkmate or queen h2 checkmate. Now, you might have to be careful here, because white might try to get the king an escape square on f2 by playing f3, and then you respond with g3, not letting that king get to the f2 square, and it's just mate in one after this. They'll play any move, and it'll just be checkmate here. So now, back to this position. If white decides to play knight h2, you will still play queen to h4, and you're still here. You're threatening checkmate, so they have to do something about it. It's unfortunate, but they can't do anything about it here. Like I said, they might try to play f3, or even in some spots you'll see f4, but then you just shut it down with f2, and they can't do anything. Just after any move, it's just going to be checkmate. So just to make sure nobody, so this is all explained out here. In this position, white might also play f4, It also protects it, and it makes white last a few extra moves because of queen sacrifice. Because after you go here, you might see queen h5, just trying to give up. If they give up the queen, they delay checkmate for one more move, but after that, they can't delay checkmate anymore. So fishing pole trap, very sneaky. If your opponent hasn't seen this, then it's a very good tool to use, especially against some beginners. And I hope you enjoyed watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.